Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
Hey, great to see you again.
Good to see
Adam
you.
Lambert is here.
Hello,
Hi.
dear. How are you?
I'm good. How are you
I
doing?
love the polish. What's the color?
I don't know.
Oh, you got it done?
It was done. It was
got your
it was
nails done?
custom mixed.
It was?
Yeah, and shellacked, and it's like that bake it in the easy bake oven nail polish.
That might be a thing, an OPI Adam Lambert nail polish line.
Yeah, but I don't have that. I maybe if I sell the machine,
Yeah.
the easy bake, the UV bake the nail polish machine.
Where they coat it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now I can't see you in the camera right now because I only see that big microphone thing. There you go.
Should I turn it?
Yeah.
Oh, how about that?
No, this way.
How about that?
Okay. That looks good.
Okay.
Hey, anyway, let's talk about your music. I mean, Trespassing is going to be dropping in the spring, and Better Than I Know Myself. I guess a lot of people want to talk to you about other things other than music a lot.
Sometimes.
Does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I do like to talk about the music a lot,
Right.
and that is the most exciting thing I have on the horizon. The nail polish is super interesting too, but
For me, it's like, not that I don't love the music.
Yeah, but I understand.
I love that color.
No, I understand.
And I'm like, I really need that color.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this album. I took basically a year to work on it. I executive produced the album.
You
which,
did?
Yeah, the label was like, I had my conversations with them when we started the writing process, and I said, I really want this thing to be a certain way, and they said, you know what, we're going to make you the producer of it.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, and
Congratulations on that.
and I thank them for being so cooperative. But it's really exciting, and so this has been like my big obsession all year. And I co-wrote a lot of the music on the album, and I'm involved with the music video and the art direction and the photography and everything. It's my passion.
Did you I love Cold as Ice and More Bitter Than a Long Winter's Night. I love that opening line. Was that your line that you wrote?
No, it's not my line.
Oh,
this is one of the songs I didn't write. There's like 3 or 4 on the album, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a good
But
song.
when you write songs, I mean, do you do the lyrics first and then you go into the studio and like listen for a beat, or do you hear a beat and think, ooh, I just heard, I just thought of like a feeling, and then you like write it down?
A lot of times I have concepts like that come up in my head, and I'll write it down somewhere. And then if you're in a writing session, a lot of the times it starts with either a chord progression or a beat.
Okay.
And then you start kind of writing on top of that.
I have no musical talent at all, so I always find that fascinating. Like, how does a song get made?
It just
you know
comes
what I mean?
sometimes
and they're all
out of the
different.
blue, right?
They're all different.
Yeah.
Some of them like kind of go the other way around, but that's the majority of the ones that I wrote on this album. That's kind of how they were birthed.
Do you feel any pressure? A lot of the sophomore jinx types. Do you feel any pressure with this album, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of expectation, both from me on
Right.
it and from the fans. But I feel like this album is much more of a representation of me as an artist than the last album. I'm very proud of For Your Entertainment, but I basically recorded it in a month and a half while I was on a stadium tour with the rest of the Idols.
Wow.
So it was like, it was kind of a guessing game, and it was very fast. And thankfully the label got amazing material.
Right.
But
Yeah, If I Had You's like one of my favorites.
it's a great
ever.
song, yeah. But this album is like, I've had time to really sit with the material. I think I recorded over like 40 or 50 songs over the past year. So the stuff that made the final cut is,
Do you have a
there's
favorite
songs
place
I
to
love.
record?
There's a couple studios in LA that we use. There's a place called Conway that's really cool, and they have trees outside, and they have Spanish moss hanging
Like
from the trees.
jungle-esque.
Yeah, it's very like New Orleans. It looks very vampire.
Speaking of LA, you were out there, of course, when Whitney passed, and you're at the pre-Grammy Clive Davis party. Any thoughts on the Whitney stuff?
That was a shock, I think, for everybody that were there. It was hard to kind of sense what the right thing to do would be in that moment, and the show had to go on, and I think it was cool because everybody lent their energy and their presence to her memory, and it was a very respectful, kind of somber evening. But I think that the music that was performed was, in a way, was kind of healing, and it kind of helped people through it.
What are the top 5 things that make you happy right now? What sort of emotion are you feeling if you were to put it on a list?
Happy.
What's making you happy these days? Musically, movies.
Doing this, having this album about to come out is definitely making me happy because it's been a year in the making, and I've been twiddling my thumbs, like, okay, let's get it out there.
Believe me, the Lamberts have been tweeting.
Yeah,
too.
Oh yeah.
It feels good to be out with new material, stuff that I really believe in, that's sending out a great message, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about. I've been like really into like health food lately. It just puts a big smile on my face.
Right?
Juicing and like eating like raw foods,
Like kale salad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like 100% strict. I will cheat from time to time, but
Did you get a cheese stick yet since you've been here?
no cheese stick for me.
You're not getting a
no,
cheese
I
stick?
haven't been into the dairy lately.
Really?
But he will do the cheese stick.
The cheese. No, cheese.
Yeah, I know. You
You
said
can do a cheese steak without the cheese.
Oh, a cheese steak?
Yeah, cheese
Yeah,
steak.
But
he
then
said
there's
cheese
all that
steak.
white flour, the bread, the steak. I don't
Adam, it's
know.
hard being
Real
in Philly.
fattening stuff.
That's why it's so hard to give the weight off here. Damn tasty cakes and cheesesteaks. God, it's difficult. I need some of that nail polish to bring the boys to my yard.
So all this other stuff that I've been reading about lately, you know, the Queen stuff. I mean, was all that? What are your worst out of context questions that you were given?
It's just so funny to me because the game of telephone it's like high school. It's
Right.
like, you know, it's like being in the locker hallway, and like someone says something, and then by the end of the next period, it's turned into a whole different story. There's a lot of that.
Now
Right.
we have the internet to do that.
That's what I'm saying. It literally, it's hilarious how something will like spin out and turn into a different story. There's something on the horizon with Queen. And actually, maybe next week you might find out what it is.
Wow.
Let me just put it that way.
I'm sure Perez would be the first one to know, right?
Maybe.
Adam Lambert, best of luck to you with everything. Great
Thank
seeing
you.
you again and
Thank
stopping
you so
by
much.
and saying hi to us in Philly. Really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's always fun to come back here.
appreciate it.
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
I heart you. You're so
I heart
cute.
you.
Oh, thanks.
And I heart radio.
Yes.
Oh, wow.